What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. 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 What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. I had a very busy day. I thought I was going to wake up and go swimming for the first time this year, put out my swim stuff, and yeah. No, I had a busy day. I had to go do a bunch of stuff, but I did get to at least ride my bike because it was a really nice day today. And I really wanted to ride my bike at the least because it's going to rain tomorrow. So, really wanted to enjoy that, and I was able to do that, thank God. Other than that, y'all, your girl is achy, tired, but I'm still thriving. You feel me? Why is it that like the days when you plan on doing nothing, that's when you're like beyond busy, and when you're extremely tired, that's when you always got a million things to like. That's when everybody wants to hit you up with so many things, problems of so like life just never is just boring, which is none of the issues I have right now are bad things, but it's just like, thank God for His grace that I'm in my right mind most days. Praise God. Let's go ahead and get in this news, y'all. New York Lieutenant Governor Antonio Delgado launches a Democratic Party challenge against Governor Kathy Hochul, saying in a video announcing his campaign that the state needs bold, decisive transformational leadership. The CDC is urging Americans to make sure they're protected against measles before traveling to other countries this summer. Philadelphia Eagles star running back Saquon Barkley was announced Monday as EA Madden's athlete cover. We'll see if the Madden curse remains true. You know they say every time somebody's on the cover, they get hurt. Marcelo Gomez da Silva, 18, is in immigration detention after ICE arrested him on graduation weekend in a Massachusetts town where he's attended the school since he was 6 years old. It's messed up to get arrested on your graduation day. The Los Angeles Police Department is asking for the public's help to find a group of men who they say attacked a transgender woman over the weekend and are believed to be the same people who attacked her in April. Amid President Trump's several executive orders against trans rights, many trans people, we read this yesterday. Mark Maron announces that he would end his acclaimed podcast, What the F, Mark Maron, after nearly 16 years. I've never heard of it. Jonathan Joss, the voice actor best known as John Redcorn from King of the Hill, was unalived in a San Antonio pew-pewing on Sunday by his neighbor. Him and the neighbor was beefing. He looked like John Redcorn too, but that's sad because King of the Hill is coming back with an adult Bobby. That's messed up. As Hamas considers the U.S. brokered ceasefire proposal that could bring an end to fighting, here's what's at stake for people of Israel and Gaza. Blood tests known as liquid biopsies can improve the treatment of some patients with we read this yesterday. Sicily's Mount Etna put on a fiery show, sending a cloud of smoke and ash several miles into the air, but officials say the activity posed no danger to the population. They're repeating a lot of news that we already read. John Bernkus, host of co-creator ESPN Sports Science, passes away at 54. A lot of young people passing away. The John Redcorn dude was young too. Cincinnati Reds star Elly De La Cruz hit a 2-run homer and scored 2 runs in Cincinnati's 7-3 loss to Chicago Cubs after learning of his sister's passing away. I mean, it's good that he did that, but they still lost. New evidence finds that the Mind diet lives up to its name even when it started later in life. It supposedly beats the Mediterranean diet. The Supreme Court has declined to hear 2 major pew-pew cases challenging a Maryland pew-pew law that bans assault-style weapons and a Rhode Island restriction on large-capacity magazines. Tom Lamas says he is excited to take the helm of nightly news and will live by his tenets of being tough but fair. The UK will build a new nuclear-powered attack submarine and create an army ready to fight a war in Europe. A lot of repetitive news, y'all. So let me see what I liked. So yeah, this girl, she was panicking on a parasailing and she panicked to put her down. She literally unbuckled her seatbelt and fell. She was on vacation in Montenegro. I mean, that is a severe panic attack because did she think she was going to survive that? That is crazy. So this lady's son threw a log off a cliff that struck a woman in the head while she was taking graduation photos, unaliving her. This is what his mom said.
We're going to be arrested for right now. We're going to be detained. We're going to take you down to JVC. So, the prosecutor and the judge already signed off. Yeah. But you got to think about this.
You know what that's doing to me? That's hitting me in the head with a log. You cannot do that.
Well, why would you say
because
something
you
like
can't
that?
take him to jail. There's bad people there.
Honey, that's what happens when your kids do bad things. They get taken to jail. It was a whole rumor about Kobe Bryant's wife getting pregnant, but she came out and said she is not pregnant, y'all. So y'all can leave her alone. She said she is not. I thought she might have had like some frozen babies, embryos. Thought she was trying to make a Kobe Jr. New FEMA chief David Richardson tells staff he didn't know there was hurricane season. This dude looks so scary. He really should have been like an actor because his face is scary. Mr. Perfect turned out to be Mr. Narcissist. Now I need a therapist. I guess this female relationship coach is talking about toxic behavior. Diddy's accuser says she was brainwashed into silence, testifies in her federal trial. I'm assuming this is Mia still talking. Little Dirk won't face an unaliving penalty in his case that he has going on. Larry Hoover family calls on Governor Pritzker to finish what Trump started, free him for real this time. Because Trump only cleared him of the federal time. Some place called Poppy Steak is delivering your food in a Birkin bag, but you don't get to keep the bag. You just get to, that's an allure that rich people care about, because I would not care what you deliver my food in, as long as it's hot. Like, you bringing it to me in a Birkin bag actually means nothing to me. It's a slow news day today, y'all, so we might get to read more Reddits and ask ChatGPT what they think of some stuff, because, yeah, the news is slow. Let's go over here and see what we got. Ooh, come on. What's something women often think men find sexy, but it's actually a turnoff? Men says playing games. No means no. Yes means yes. Men don't like to be played with. Pretending to be dumb. Making us jealous. Getting into fights with us just for makeup sex. A lot of they don't like playing games. They don't like the pouting. They don't like the duck lips. It's pretty bad that all women do the duck lip face now. I catch myself doing it when I take pictures, and it's actually annoying. Considering how many women do the talking in the little girl voice thing, a lot of guys find it repulsive. Fake long nails, heavy makeup, puffy lip fillers, long spider-like eyelashes. To me, and to be honest, sometimes I think it's laughable, is weather balloon-sized boobs and butt. I know some men are into it, but to me it looks so crazy. I have to stop myself from laughing. Funny enough, I am not the only one who feels this way. A lot of dudes don't like the butt implants. They don't like the Kardashian beauty standards. Lots of dudes are saying fake lashes, playing stupid, too much perfume. For white women, getting way too tan, no, you're not glowing, you look like a catcher's mitt, and in 20 years we're gonna call you KFC. I've seen that white people spraying oil sheen on their skin now for tans. It's crazy out here. Am I the a-hole? My girlfriend broke up with me today, and I immediately stopped sending her money. 3-year relationship, for the last 2 years, I've been paying 56% of my salary for her to do groceries, cook, clean the house, do laundry, and wash dishes. She got a job 2 weeks ago and told me she didn't want to do all the housework anymore. I said it was fine, but that I wouldn't pay for her salary anymore. I said I wouldn't be paying any more bills. As a side note, I've been living 4 hours away from our apartment for the last 3 months and will continue to do so for the next 3 months. During this time, we've been seeing each other on average 5 days a month. On this weekend, I drove home just a few hours ago. Before driving back to my current residence, she broke up with me. I agreed to let her stay in my apartment. It is my parents' property. We pay no rent for the next 3 months while she looks for a place to live. But now that I think of it, we didn't discuss the matter of salary I've been paying her. I could really use the money I've been paying her, but I wonder if it would be too douchey of me to flat out stop paying. I mean, y'all not married, dude, so why would you? Somebody said, not the a-hole, you broke up, you weren't married. Yeah, exactly what I just said. Like, why would you pay for something you're not married no more? Am I the a-hole for telling my boyfriend I'm disappointed on a date he took me on? For background, my boyfriend doesn't make a lot of money. I don't mind this at all, but it also seems like we don't go out much because he doesn't like me paying for him. So when he told me he wanted to take me to a nice dinner on him, I was pleasantly surprised. Turns out his mom had given him a $50 voucher for a nice restaurant nearby, and he said he saved up a bit of money to cover the rest. He had been to this restaurant before and had always raved about the beef Wellington. I was excited. We got there, sat down, he ordered a beer, so I followed suit and got the same. He made a comment about just this one, and then the waters after this, okay? And I said, not a problem. We started looking at the menu, and again, he was raving about beef Wellington. I said it sounded amazing. I think I'll try it. Then he says, okay, great. So I'll order that. Now maybe let's look at some pastas. Huh? I was confused for a minute. Then he pointed out the pinna alla vodka, the cheapest item on the menu, and mentioned how it looked good. I agreed, but said, what happened to the beef Wellington? He said, yeah, I'm going to order that. I was thinking the penne for you, then we can try both. I caught on at this point that the budget wouldn't cover us getting a pricey meal, so I agreed to order pasta. I was a bit annoyed, but whatever. I also noticed at this point that there is a plate splitting fee on the menu. To be honest, I don't really know what that is exactly, but I assume it means there's a fee if you want to split your meals between you. We put our food and our orders in, and our drinks are empty at this point, so I asked the waiter for water. He orders another beer for himself. Now I'm a bit annoyed. I did consider telling him I would pay for my portion just so I could order things I actually wanted, but I didn't want to imply that he wasn't spending enough money on me. I was so excited about him taking me out and paying for it himself. Anyway, our food comes and he's in heaven. I admit the pasta was actually amazing. I had a bite of his, but declined when he offered to put half of it on my plate out of fear of the previously mentioned plate splitting fee. He orders another 2 beers for himself throughout the dinner. I didn't end up finishing my meal because I was honestly just uncomfortable most of the time. Then at the end, when the bill came and the box for my leftovers, he takes the box of leftovers pastas that says, I can't wait for my mom to try this. She's going to be so happy that there's some left for her. I thanked him for the meal, but I think he could tell by my mood was off. I know he was trying to do something nice, but honestly, the whole thing just felt disrespectful. Yeah, you need to kick him to the curb, because it's one thing if he tried to get together the money to like get y'all a meal, but the fact that he kept ordering beers and was telling you what to order, and then he's like, and his mom, I don't feel bad, for her. She didn't do anything wrong but raise a little selfish son. I mean, he put his mama first, so he's clearly a mama's boy, so I don't know why you would want somebody like that, but yeah, he's not marriage material unless you're just looking for somebody to hook up with. None of the red flags here having to do with him being frugal. They're all because he's selfish and treats you poorly. Exactly. Let's ask ChatGPT. Chat. If your boyfriend takes you out and he doesn't have any money and you like, how do I want to put this? He doesn't have any money, he's frugal, but he takes you out and then he spends more on himself than you. Should you break up with him? All right, let's see what she's saying back. Is she gonna talk? No. I'll be doing a live camera on this thing. Oh, here we go. Let me put this back in here, y'all. Basically, this is what, I don't know why it ain't reading right now because I can't figure it out. She said you're asking a valid question and it's okay to feel unsure, so let's get real. If your boyfriend doesn't have much money and claims your frugal, takes you out and spends more on himself than you, that's a problem. Why? Because if he's broke or careful with money, the fact that he's willing to treat himself better than you in the moment is saying that he has his priorities out of whack. So y'all heard, oh, there it goes.
You're asking a really valid question, and it's okay to feel unsure. So let's get real for a minute. If your boyfriend doesn't have much money, claims to be frugal, takes you out, and then spends more on himself than on you, that's a problem.
I know.
Why?
Girl. Anyway, I already read why. So you was right. I was right. See, I don't need ChatGPT. I'm giving the same answers. Let's see. Here's another Am I the A-hole? So I'm 21 and I've been dating my girlfriend 19 for about 2 years now, and lately things have been kind of rocky. For context, she's a literal smoke show, blonde, model vibes, and I'm not doing too bad myself. 6'3", 200 pounds, solid abs, decent face. Basically, I keep myself in shape. A bear from life has been a bit weird spot, though, not the usual performance issues or anything like that. I'm talking about the fact that she's just not into pegging, which I get isn't for everyone, but it's frustrating when I go out of my way to try everything she's into. CNC, which I don't know what that is, BDSM, even backdoor stuff, and she won't meet me halfway. We talked about it, but it always ends with no real solution. But here's where it's really messed up. She recently straight up outed me about it to her best friend during an argument, like loud in public. I'm comfortable with my sexuality, but seeing her weaponize that in front of people hit different. Am I the a-hole for feeling some type of way? This definitely seems like a question for ChatGPT, and I want to know, do they answer pegging? Chat. This guy's girlfriend won't peg him. Pretty much means, you should know what pegging means, you ChatGPT. I'm going to see if you know. Anyway, he's saying that she's lacking in the bedroom. She doesn't do the freaky, deaky stuff that she like. And he want to know, is he an a-hole for being mad at her? Because she outed him in front of her friends. I can't wait to see what this thing says back.
Okay, this is layered. And yes, I do know what pegging is. No need to test me. Let's get into it. Your friend is asking two separate but connected things. 1. Is he wrong for being mad that she outed him? No, he's not wrong. That was a breach of trust. What someone's into sexually, especially something vulnerable like pegging, is private. If she brought that up in front of her friends to mock, shame, or embarrass him, that's not okay. That's disrespectful. Even if she didn't mean harm, that kind of thing needs consent to be shared. He has every right to be upset about that. 2. Is he an a-hole for being mad she won't do freaky stuff? Yes and no. He's not wrong for feeling frustrated or unsatisfied, but he can't demand someone go beyond their comfort zone sexually. Consent goes both ways, and if she's not into pegging or anything else, that's her boundary.
That is so funny that this thing, it's almost kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie. This is scary. Y'all be talking to this thing, and she's like, I know what pegging is. Okay, chat. I gotta call her something different from Chat. I don't like that name. Maybe I'll call her Chatty or Kathy. I don't know. That is so funny to me. Let's see. Am I the a-hole for not stopping a threesome my girlfriend initiated but now regrets? My girlfriend's 24 and I'm 26. We've been dating for 2 years. We share a lot of details about fantasy. She had mentioned a few times that she has thought about threesomes before, specifically with another girl. So last Friday we went to a house party and ended up meeting this girl named Sarah, who was a friend of a friend. Sarah was super cool and we all hit it off immediately, and to be honest, there was definitely chemistry between the three of us. We were all pretty drunk and ended up back at ours. Things progressed pretty easily and we ended up having a threesome together. It was really great. No one had any qualms. Everyone was very into it, consenting. We actually exchanged numbers with Sarah and she left the next day and there were no hard feelings. Here's where it gets weird. My girlfriend has been super distant since I asked her if everything was all right. And she said that she thought she wanted it, but then seeing me with another woman made her sick. She has now said I should have read the room and I just stopped when things went too far. But like, she was actively participating. She never said to stop or looked uncomfortable. She was the one who proposed us all going back to ours. Am I supposed to be a mind reader? Now she's saying that I care more about my pleasure than hers, but I am not sure how I was supposed to know. She was having second thoughts when she never said anything. It feels like I'm being blamed for something we both agreed to. Did y'all really agree to it? Because people everybody I know personally that have threesomes, the girl really didn't want to do it unless it was like another dude. But I've never seen a girl like be like, yeah, they just be doing it for you. Let's see what chat say. Chat. So my friends, they had a threesome. They're not my friends, but you know. They had a threesome, guy and 2 girls. Now the girlfriend is mad at her boyfriend because she said that he pretty much made her do it and that he didn't read the room. She was uncomfortable. And now she's mad at him because they had the threesome. And now he thinks he's a jerk. What should he do?
This is serious, and it's not just about the threesome. It's about consent, communication, and respect. Here's the bottom line. If she felt pressured or like she had to do it, that's not true consent. Even if she said yes out loud, if she didn't feel safe to say no or felt like she'd lose him if she didn't, it's still not a fully consensual situation. That's why she's upset now, because her boundaries were crossed, even if it wasn't obvious in the moment.
That's right. I hope that like something don't happen to me and somebody looks at my chat GBT and see all these sex stories, because I'm gonna be kind of embarrassed. This is kind of funny though. Man, have you ever fallen in love with a girl whom you consider not attractive? I think I've read this one before. Somebody said, yeah, and it kind of made the whole thing even more special. Like no one else saw what I saw, and it made it more real. Beauty hits different when it's tied to the way someone laughs or how they care or just how safe they make you feel. The outside fades fast when the inside is fire. How sweet is that? Am I overreacting to these texts that my girlfriend sent to another man? Well, it's his ex-girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend that I was living with at the time met this guy at an event and hit it off. I had no issues with her making friends, and she eventually told me she was going to lunch with him. When she got home, she told me that the restaurant they planned on going to was unavailable, so they ended up at a fancy sushi place that her and I planned on going to the date. Found out after the fact that not only did she lie about who recommended it, she took the reservation, but also lied about them going to a different spot that was full first. The next day, she met him again at a plane hangar where they spent the day one-on-one. They then made plans to meet again the same week, but to go up in his plane together and watch a movie while putting it on autopilot. When I found all this out, she refused to admit it nor cut him off, and it ultimately led to me leaving her. She since apologized and wants to reconnect, but I'm having a hard time entertaining it. Am I overreacting? How long were they together? That's number one. Number two, she clearly was hanging out with old dude behind your back, and she didn't want to tell you, like she's already given a liar. Somebody said, yeah, at best this is really weird, and as worse, it's just straight up cheating, and with the lying, hiding it, that seals the deal for me. I would most definitely move on. Someone who loves you would definitely let you know about it and also ask if you're okay with it, which also indicates a level of respect that wasn't even given to her. Excuse me. Let's not ask chat because she's making me uncomfortable when she said she knew what pagan was. I need to give her a break. Let's get into these story times, y'all.
It wasn't until recently in my 30s that I realized I did not know how to date. I knew how to attach, right? Most of us are taught how to please, how to impress, how to make it work with a man. He's a good man, Savannah. But a lot of the time we don't know how to stay rooted in our own power while getting to know somebody. So what happens is you meet a man, he makes you laugh, y'all match, he follows up, and boom, like dopamine hit. Now you got future fantasies, you know what y'all kids gonna look like. You think that's the one, maybe he's the one, could he be the one? It gets like that really fast, to the point where everything that he may do means something. Like it has to mean something. Like, okay, he showed up for me, he was communicative, that must mean something, right? He was consistent, he was thoughtful, that must mean something, right? But what I am beginning to understand and learn as I keep growing and dating and exploring myself and what I like is that romanticizing is very expensive, y'all. It will cost you time, it will cost you peace, it will cost you energy if you always operate in the state of thinking that every man means something or that it could be potentially your fairy tale ending. I had to start looking at dating from an observation standpoint and less about, do I work for him? Am I a good fit for him? Is he a good fit for me? This is all the interview stage with men. You have to keep that in mind. Stop assigning meaning to attention. You gotta wait for chemistry. You gotta make sure that this person is actually emotionally literate enough to even be with you. Like, those are the things that you have to keep in mind. And when you make that mindset switch, you realize that a lot of how you've been dating has been very draining. That's why every new situation that you're in seems like it's mental warfare with every new person, because you're not dating, you're attaching. You gotta change. Just sit with yourself real quick and ask yourself, like how do I date?
I think this is very insightful. Somebody said a lot of black women weren't taught how to date. Most of our lives we were taught to stay away from boys, and then we reach adulthood and it's like, I want grandkids. How? Once I stopped auditioning and started auditing, dating became so much better. What people need to realize is that chemistry is easy, consistency is what's hard. Romanticizing is very expensive, and she ain't talking about money, your peace, your time, etc. People also don't know how to date based on compatibility. It's all attraction based. Just because they're good looking and make you laugh doesn't mean they're compatible with you. And as one of my good friends' mother used to say, rest in peace, Vera, whatever make you laugh, make you cry.
I was drugged and raped by a well-known Miami club promoter on my 21st birthday, and the system failed me. The promoter that raped me goes by the name of Drama Miami, but his real name is Devin Yao. After I reported him to the police, a few months later, a news article came out that Devin had other victims, several other victims, and he was an alleged serial rapist. He was let out on bail with his first charge and continued to be in the nightclub spaces where he would eventually prey on other women like me. After almost a year of fighting with the defense attorneys, the prosecutor representing me in the state decided to drop the charges against him regarding my case. I don't feel like the state attorney's office did enough to fight for me. We never went to trial. They gave up before we even went to trial. They said that they didn't think it was strong enough to win. I'm devastated because Devin took things that I could never get back, like my virginity, my 21st birthday, and that night. But the one thing he didn't take was my drive to make a difference and protect other women in the future. That's why I'm going to Congress to propose an act that ensures the safety of women in nightclub venues. Too often, club promoters continue to perpetuate violence against women unregulated, and no longer will I allow this to happen, and I need your help. This fight is once again way bigger than just me, and I need you guys to share your stories, speak up, and help me bring this to Congress.
I wish her luck.
No way! Fuck! I crashed my car. You sure the fuck did.
Hey, call my baby mama. Tell her come get her car.
What's her name?
Courtney Ferguson. I'm in jail. I'm going to jail.
Is you with somebody?
Huh?
You with somebody?
No,
Damn.
by myself, gang.
No.
How she know? This whole thing is crazy. I'm sorry. And why she mess with them lilies?
POV, you're just ACNA trying to make it.
I want a mouthful of your nipples. Can I?
Can you what, sir? What's wrong? Can you what?
Play with your breasts.
No, you cannot.
POV, you're just...
Child, CNA ain't for the weak.
You take a picture. It's for Sunday.
Mommy.
It's not my weekend.
Although she should film this for court purposes, I just feel so bad for her kids because they laughing at it now, but hopefully they co-parents and get better.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
No, me too. Thanks again for dropping me off and stuff.
Sure. You sure you don't want me to come inside for a drink? I'm an excellent bartender. Good with my hands.
I'm sure.
You watch some New Girl.
Oh.
Very Nick from New Girl coded, I've been told.
Tempting. I'm just kind of tired. Maybe next time?
Tired. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Next time.
Okay. See ya.
See ya.
Thanks.
Bye. Oh, and thanks for paying for dinner, by the way. Oh, but you can't come inside. Why not? Why can't you come inside? Oh, because you were nice to me all night. Ridiculous. Sounds like a lot of fun.
He like, I bought you food and you ain't gonna let me hit.
We sleep on the floor as a family. We used to sleep on a queen bed like most people, but over time, the mattress started sagging and so did our sleep. I'd wake up with my back stiff and aching. Elijah didn't have enough space to get comfortable. Every little movement would ripple through the bed and wake one of us up. And once we started co-sleeping with our baby, it was even harder to sleep well. So one night, I was laying there, sore, squished, restless, just staring at the ceiling, and I remember thinking, sleep is when our bodies heal. It's when our nervous systems reset. And we were missing that every single night. So the next morning, we gave away the bed frame, we ditched the old mattress, and we got a king-size Japanese floor bed. And the change was instant. Our backs stopped hurting. We stopped waking each other up. There was plenty of space for all of us to sprawl, to breathe, to really rest. And it might look like a downgrade from the outside, but for us, it's a return to simplicity, to function over aesthetics, to sleep that actually restores us
us, this is the best decision that we've made as a family.
Listen, everybody sleeping on the floor now. It's all fun until them bugs get you.
This nigga just sent me like 6 pictures of himself, and they all was ugly. This nigga.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you will live out the days that you've been praying for. I don't want you to lose faith in what you can do, because then you are submitting to what people have told you. Folks have whispered in your ear and said that it's not possible. You will show them what possibility looks like. There are folks who's whispered in your ear and told you it will not happen. You will show them what's happening for you. There are folks who whispered in your ear and said that your dream will only be a dream. You will show them how it has been manifested. There are some of us who are determined, able, and willing to be great, and we shall walk in our greatness. There are some of you who have been praying for particular days. I promise you, you will live them out. Do not give up on you and what you know you can do. My whole life, people have said to me that some people just don't make it because they lack access. Do not ever relinquish the piece of access that we all have, the access to believe in who we are. The minute that you do not believe in you is the minute that you submitted to losing. You will not lose. This is your winning season. I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but you will live out the days that you've been praying for. I claim it, I declare it, and it shall be done. Do you hear me? You will live out the days that you've been praying for. I don't know.
Amen.
There's a man underneath his car. That's my car. That's someone's car. And he is crawled up under there. And he's just watching me. See him moving on his belly?
That is creepy. See, this is why I be looking under my car. My sister literally has zero awareness. Like, she watches so much ID channel on Lifetime, but she'll still be like, no. I be looking in the back seat, under the car, like, no. You gonna have to catch me slipping.
We're about to get ready to run some errands for today, so I just wanted to make a quick video to let everyone know that I'm okay. We're just still waiting to see what the biopsy shows, so I can know exactly what's going on with me. So trust me, all of your support that you're showing is not going unnoticed to the ones that do show support. I will definitely try to that's not even what Brittany is. I don't even want to even her to be talking about that right now. That's not what we're about to be talking about. Her husband is on the same page as me. You know, we ain't about to be up here. She ain't about to be up here keep talking about all this and that. I don't even want her telling what's going on, even though she's already told some of it. I know this is the safe space she's creating for herself and other people as well. But you have to get your supporters under control first. Because most of your supporters, you do have some great supporters, don't get me wrong. I'm not speaking to the ones that do support. But to the ones that's just always watching us, like we some damn TV show where you don't show no support, you just look at, this is not what the fuck this is. I can't stress this enough. I said last time I was blasting your asses, I was putting all of you on the screen. I don't know how to do it yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. But that video is going to be coming very soon. I'm going to show you all that I'm not playing with none of you. And these ones know exactly who I'm talking about. I'm so sick of it. And then here goes Brittany. She wants to get up here and talk about all this other. Look. Get your supporters under control on your page first. Because this is just getting ridiculous to me. And I haven't even been here as much. But it's my time now. I'm so glad I could come in on this video. I'm not about to I'm telling y'all, I ain't about to keep on dealing with all this and that. I'm just not. When I started removing people, it was almost 3,800 followers. Now we're down to under 3,100. Do you think I'm playing? I will have us down to just the little few that does show support will be the only ones left on here. I don't care. I don't care if it's a family member or a friend. I'm not picking and choosing, and I'm not sugarcoating anything. And the husband totally agrees with me. He wants her to just remove this platform altogether. And I wish she would, but that's not my decision. I can't remove it altogether, but I can remove the ones that I know Brittany's just too blind to see. It's not making any sense. I shouldn't have to keep getting up here saying anything. I say Brittany ain't really speaking on it. So it seems to me she's not even supporting my decision. But it's okay because she don't have to. Because I'm going to handle it for her anyway. And whomever, you can look at me how you want to. I guarantee you won't approach me on that shit. You might do it over a damn social media, but you won't dare come to my face with it. And I don't care who you are. I'm going to always speak what I want to speak. How I feel, I'm going to speak it. Y'all better get this shit together on this platform, because this isn't the one. We ain't looking for all the millions and thousands of followers. For what? For everyone to, like I said, sit there and judge every damn thing? That's why you're just watching all the time. You just looking to talk shit. And it be the main ones that ain't got a video or a picture on their fucking page. We don't even know who you are. But you know who we are. I'm sick of it. And I'm here today for a little while. Brittany thought she was running errands with her husband. No, it's me. I am. Because I'm going to watch this damn TikTok all day today. And this video right here is going to be the one I'm removing people from. So get up here today and think I'm playing. Let me see you watch this one. Don't show no support. Then I go and look and see you ain't showing support on the other ones. Your asses go.
Let me get off her page. I don't want her going to look at my page. There's two of her. This is ChatGPT to the max. She got her own ChatGPT.
So back when I was homeless, I would babysit my friends' kids in exchange for somewhere to stay. So I started making ads on Craigslist offering babysitting services. So I get an email from a woman named Eileen, and she says that she has an adult son who is disabled, and she needs someone to come over and sit with him while she works. She said that he was in his 30s, he was permanently disabled, he couldn't walk, talk, use the bathroom, or eat on his own. So I asked her what happened to her son, and she said when he was a teenager, he fell off a horse head first and got brain damage and was paralyzed from the neck down. She said he can't talk or communicate, but sometimes he'll moan. He won't really have to do anything but sit there and just make sure the house don't burn down, because by the time I go to work in the evening, he's already going to bed. So she calls me and asks, when can you start? I said tomorrow. She said, we'll be here at 4:30, but if I have to go into work early, I'll just leave a note on the door for you showing you what I want done. The next day I get there around 4:35 and I find a note on the door that said, hey, I had to go into work early, but Jason's inside and your money's on the table. Make yourself at home. So I crack the door open and I can see a man sitting in a wheelchair in front of a TV with his head tilted, and when I walk in, I say Jason, and he doesn't respond. So when I get to the kitchen table, there's an envelope with my name on it, and when I open it up, there's $200 in it. So I thought, okay, she's serious about the job. This is for real. I found a long note on the refrigerator of things I needed to do. 8 o'clock supper, 8:30 diaper change, 9 o'clock bath. So I spent the night doing everything on her list, and then I put him to bed, and then I went to sleep on the couch, and I was just glad to finally have a roof over my head. Now, Eileen had these alarms set to let you know when to go feed or change Jason. So one of these alarms went off around 2 a.m. and it woke me up. I check on Jason, and then I go to the bathroom, and when I look in the mirror, my hair is balled up and has a big matted spot where something is like dried up in it. I'm thinking, did I drool in my own hair? What the hell is that? And I have to rinse my hair out in the sink and pick the shit out. So by 12:30 the next day, Eileen has still not come home from work, and now I'm making Jason lunch. So now it's time to wash him, and while I was giving him a bath, I could tell he was physically very excited, and when I was drying him off, his hand grazed across my ass. But I'm thinking it was an accident, because when you work that close with patients, you're bound to bump into each other one way or another. Trigger warning, this part is disgusting. So after his bath, I put him in the bed, and then I went and laid on the couch and took a nap, and when I woke up, that same shit was in my hair again. I had my hair pulled back tightly, but once again, it was pulled out like this and looked like someone had jizzed in it. So I'm leaned over the sink, rinsing my hair out, and I hear stomping in the hallway, but when I look out, no one's there, and Jason's in bed asleep. So now it's after dark, Eileen still hasn't come home, and now I'm Skyping with my boyfriend when I hear Jason moaning in the bedroom, so I go to check on him, but nothing's wrong. I get back on Skype with my boyfriend, and within minutes, my boyfriend says, who's that walking behind you? Who's that man? I said, huh? Ain't no man here. Well, except for the patient, Jason, but he's paralyzed. He can't walk. So we carry on the conversation, and my man says, who you got over there? I said, nobody's here but me and Jason. He said, you damn liar, I just saw him walk by again. He said, what's the address? I'm coming over there. I don't believe you. I said, why are you so jealous? This is why we can't build trust. But here's the address. Come on over if it'll make you feel better. So he's on the way, and I'm pissed off because he don't trust me. So I get up, put the computer down, and I go into Jason's room to check on him. Here's where shit gets weird. When I open Jason's bedroom door, I see his eyes are wide open, but when I get close to him, he closes his eyes like he's pretending to sleep. Well, he's flushed, face red, breathing heavy, and pouring sweat like he's been jogging around the house. And I'm like, why is he sweating like that if he can't move? So I roll him over, and I'm fluffing the pillows and blankets behind his body, and when I get to his feet, my finger accidentally grazes the bottom of his foot, and it twitched. Eileen told me that he was paralyzed from the waist down and could not move a muscle, so now I'm wondering, how the f*** is his feet twitching? So I lock myself in the bathroom, and then I see those lights under the door again, and when I look under the door, he's walking. And that's when it finally hits me. I've been staying with a predator who's faking a disability and gets off on strangers wiping his butt. A grown man who is pretending to be disabled, having total strangers wash him, change him, dress him, and feed him. I realize Eileen doesn't even exist. He was the one who was emailing me to begin with to lure me here, and he's been jizzing in my hair. So while I'm in the bathroom, I hear Jason moaning like he needs me, so I yell, "Be there in a minute," but I'm actually climbing out the bathroom window because I'm leaving. My man shows up with a weapon, and we go in the house, and he takes one look at Jason and says, "That's him. That's the man I saw behind you." So my man starts yelling at Jason, "Get up, boy, get up. Come on, you ain't fooling nobody. You want to play games with my old lady, I'm gonna f*** you up." Well, then my man fires a shot beside Jason on the bed, and that made Jason flinch, and then Jason jumps up and takes off running out of the house. My boyfriend follows behind him and fires another shot, and then I grab my boyfriend and snatch him back, and then we get in the car and leave. So as we're leaving, we stop by the mailbox to try to see who lives there, and when we open it up, it's jam-packed full of mail. It hadn't been checked in months, probably years. So we go back the next day, and a neighbor tells us the homeowner was put into hospice months ago, and that's why the power's still on. And squatters had been breaking into the house and staying there. The one thing we couldn't figure out was who called me that first day pretending to be Eileen, because the person I talked to sounded just like a woman, but it could have been this guy. I don't know. So I go to try to file a police report, and they won't even let me talk to a detective. They said it sounded like a scam, and they didn't handle those types of cases. Then my boyfriend gets mad and cusses me out for being homeless, saying I need to get my shit together. I said, "I'm doing everything I can do. I don't have people paying my bills like you do." I said, "You 30-something years old, still living with your grandparents, mooching off of them, got them paying all your bills, and you trying to tell me I need to get on my feet? Cute." When I was homeless, I went through hell. I was put in some very scary situations just to have food and a roof over my head. At one point, I was sleeping in my friend's pump house, taking baths at the lake, selling aluminum cans for money. I didn't want to, but I had to. When you don't have an income, a home, or support, you do what you got to do to survive, and that's what I was doing. So back when I was...
She told the fastest story, and I feel like she could make some movies.
And I don't like no nigga who suck at foreplay, bitch. Soon as he kiss your neck, he ready to put the tip in. Whoa.
Slow down for me, you moving too fast. My fingers keep.
She said, "Slow down."
Just like the owl comes out at night, my coochie comes out late at night. Just like the owl comes out at night, my coochie comes out late at night. Night out, night out, night out, night out.
Something wrong with my timeline, y'all, but that song is still catchy. Listen, y'all, that is the show. Y'all stay blessed. I gotta fix my algorithm. It's all jacked up. Inspiration's on the way.
There's some things that God created you for, that you had some delays and some setbacks and some mistakes and some mishaps. And God wants you to come back to the place that there's going to be a night shift. It costs something to get into the next dimension. It costs you something to pass from death unto life. It hurts to step into the next dimension. You don't dance through the veil. The veil is ripped. Not unzipped, not cut. The veil is ripped. And God wants you to know who's doing the ripping. Because anytime you have ripping, you have pain. And anytime you have pain, you think it's the devil. But God said the veil in the temple was ripped from the top to the bottom. God said the devil didn't rip you. I ripped you. See, my Bible scholars are shouting because they know that had the veil been ripped from the bottom to the top, then the world could have said that when Jesus was crucified, somebody ran in the temple and ripped the veil. But because it was ripped from the top to the bottom, where no man could reach, the ripping always comes from God. 40 feet high, I believe, 30 feet long, 6 inches thick. That's a rip. That's a rip. A rip. A rip is violent. A rip is forceful. A rip is painful. Ripped for a reason. Hurt for a reason. Torn for a reason. Bleeding for a reason. Oh, I'm headed somewhere. I'm not even there yet. I'm just on the road. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Just touch 3 people and say, rip for a reason. Rip, rip, rip for a reason. Rip, rip, rip for a reason. Rip, rip, rip for a reason. It brought me. I got to studying and Jackie, and I thought to myself, I started thinking about rips for a reason. I got down to this meeting Jesus has at Simon the leper's house, and all the disciples are there, and they're gathered about doing their business, and they're doing whatever they normally do. And Jesus is coming to Simon the leper's house, and they're so engrossed in their business that they do not recognize the sensitivity of the moment. And into this scene, this atmosphere of men, comes a woman. The woman is carrying an alabaster box. The box is carrying a box to a box. The Bible says it was an alabaster box. And the Bible says that the alabaster box was filled with spikenard. Now the spikenard was what mattered. The spikenard, what was in the box is what mattered. I gotta stop there. What was in the box is what mattered. You spend all of your time working on the box, but it's what's... You look gorgeous this morning on the outside, but nobody has to live with your outside. They have to live with your inside.
How do you know when it's time to end a relationship or when to really fight for it to see if there's something there?
Have you ever met people that you wish were as pretty on the inside as they were on the outside? We spend billions of dollars in this country fixing up the box. See, Christ walked amongst us as a box, but he couldn't redeem us as a box. The alabaster isn't what is important about this woman's offering. In fact, the only thing that was important about the alabaster is that it was made of a material that was designed to hold the essence and the aroma of the content was locked inside the alabaster. So if the ointment was precious, you put it in alabaster so that no longer how long you kept it, it would be just as potent when it was released as it was before. Maybe Paul was thinking about this when he talks about us and says, we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency may be of God and not of us. The dichotomous situation. Stay with me, church, because I'm thinking this morning. The dichotomy of the box and the ointment is a powerful thing. It gives you a glimpse of us. The discussion between ointment and alabaster is a picture of us. We have the treasure, but we have it in earthen vessels. Christ is our redemption, but he held it in an earthen vessels. The holies of holies is where I'm going, but I had to get through the veil to get it. Here comes this woman in with an alabaster box. Some theologians say it was a year's wages that she has saved up to give to Jesus. And she came in. She wasn't even a good woman. Look at the dichotomy. She wasn't even a pure woman. She was the kind of woman that when she came in the room, the church folk were talking about her. Church people were talking about, oh no, she didn't. I know she's not coming to church. Why would God give something so important to somebody so contaminated? Let me talk to you a minute, because I don't think they heard me. I'm going to try you over here. Have you ever looked at yourself and said, you want me? You're going to put that kind of revelation in me? You're going to put that kind of gift in me? You're going to give that kind of opportunity to me? God always works with opposites. He didn't say my strength is made perfect in strength. He said my strength is made perfect. So, now I'm going to date myself. I'm kind of old now. But when I went to school, they used to give you a picture, and they'd say they have a living room, they have a couch and a chair and a coffee table and a refrigerator, and at the bottom it would say, what's wrong with this picture? And they were trying to see if you had, good deductive reasoning skills to have associative skills to be able to determine what should not be here. What should not be here. What should not be in this room is this trashy woman. And Judas and them all in Birmingham talking about, he don't know she a sinner. Wow. What's wrong with this box? Bringing a box into the presence of Jesus. And she gets down at his feet. One thing about her, maybe she was a sinner, I don't know. But she didn't try to stand toe to toe. She didn't try to look Jesus in the face and have a discussion. She didn't shake his hand. She didn't want a selfie. She got down at his feet. Until you humble yourself, you will never discover the purpose of God for your life. As long as you think you know, you don't know. When you fall at his feet and say, I can't do it without you. I can't make it without you. I can't figure it out without you.
Everyone uses the internet.
Down at his feet. Tell somebody, say, I gotta get down at his feet. I've been trying to go toe to toe with the master. I've been trying to put my will up against his will and my thoughts up against his thoughts and my ways up against his ways, but I'm coming down where I belong. I've made enough mistakes that I'm coming down where I belong. I've blown it enough that I'm coming down where I belong. When the alabaster shattered, the oil spilled out. And of all the things that had happened to Jesus in all of his life, it was this one thing that he said. Wherever the gospel is preached, remember this woman that they were talking about, this woman that they were murmuring against, this woman that didn't even have no business to be where she was. Remember the teachings of this woman above wherever you preach. what is it about this woman? He said, remember her, watch this, because she has prepared my body. I was preaching many years before I understood that when she broke the box and the ointment spilled out and it filled the atmosphere with aroma, she reminded Jesus the reason for the ripping. That if it doesn't break, it's not effective. When she broke it at his feet and the ointment came out, he said, I'm ready now. What the box was figuratively, Jesus was literally. He had the ointment that would affect the world, but he had to be broken. He was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. By his stripes we're healed. He said, I'm good now. I'm good now. I understand. You reminded me, oh woman, wherever the gospel is preached, remember that this woman is a memorial. She's a testimony. She's a sign. She broke it, it flowed. 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 He 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 broke it, he flowed. Now watch this, watch this. I got one more thing I want you to see, and I'll be done. You cannot say that you are a Christian. Stop saying it. Stop it right now. You are not a Christian with your together self.